Well, the history of Baird Brothers was started by three brothers, Howard, Paul, and Richard. It was a mill on the farm that their dad had. They started there, and slowly and surely we got into the molding business. And today we've become a major producer of architectural hardwood moldings.
I was the youngest out of the family that was in the business. Father had an old hand-set sawmill. We decided to get a couple orders up in town here for cutting rough lumber, and that's what we did. We started a sawmill in the evenings, and when we weren't busy in school, we worked the weekends, and just gradually kept going through it.
Dad originally back in the day was in the woods. You know, Uncle Richard was in sawmill, Uncle Howdy was helping there and kind of doing the moldings, and Aunt Helen was in the office.
It started in the backyard, and then they had a portable mill, and they went out to the different contracts that they had to cut lumber, and that's how they put themselves through school.
Those guys just never gave up, and that's where we've learned to work. My father, Richard Baird, was ever pressing on doing things better, faster, more efficient.
When we were 6 years old, we would sweep floors. And through the years, we just grew more and more into the business.
These guys came in here when they were too young to be in here. And I think they started pushing the broom. I remember sometimes some of my employees said, "Those guys are too small to be around here. I'm afraid they're going to get hurt." I said, "We'll keep them out of the way."
I can remember I was just a little kid then, riding around with my dad in his truck too. It was a big thing to go out in a log truck and go for a ride and go down and pick up logs.
They would be out, you know, working, maybe sweeping, maybe doing something in the warehouse. I would go to the office with my aunt and my cousin, and I would work in the office and maybe answer the phones or, you know, do whatever kind of little paperwork, whatever needed to be done.
My dad and our uncles taught us how to work hard, and when we do work, we still work hard. We still have that ever-pressing attitude that we have to work hard and we have to do the best that we can do.
We were selling a lot of material to the steel mills, and those started to disappear. And we started making moldings for a company, picture frame moldings for a company in Michigan. And unfortunately, that company went out of business. But we had all the molders, and we were all set to make moldings. And that's when we decided to go retail into the molding business. And that's where it all started, and it has grown from there.
Probably the biggest obstacle that we had to overcome as a family and a company was a fire. You know, it was a major loss, major hit to the company. Fortunately, we didn't lose a lot of manufacturing capability. We lost a lot of inventory.
We were selling lumber the next day. We went into we had an old dock set up in there when one of our buildings, and they set up a showroom. And we had customers coming in the next day.
You're shell-shocked at first, but then once you sit down, you start looking at it. We still have this, we've got this, we're still together, we're still good. We can still make this work.
We knew that we were going to rebuild. There was never a question as to whether to dissolve the company or not. It was, let's get started, let's rebuild. We were open for business the next day. We moved some things around and moved our sales offices, and we were open for business.
We had a good insurance company, and you could have taken the money and took 20% less and ran, but nobody ever even discussed that, because we were going to build back, and which we did.
There's a lot of lumber yards across this country, a lot of great lumber yards across this country, and I like to think we fall in that rank somewhere. We have a building that's over 2.5 football fields long, and it is stocked front to back with the oaks, the maple, the poplar, the cherry, the hickory, some of the walnut, in moldings, stair treads, dimensional lumber, ready to go, ready to leave our site. You haul it out in the back of your van or your pickup truck, or we package it and ship it out to you in California. And when you receive it, it's job site ready to be used.
The quality of the work, the way we make our product, the pride that goes with it. Anything that goes out of here, we know that our name is on it, and we take pride in that. We don't take that lightly.
Our quality of our product is by far superb. And if it isn't, and I always have this saying, our sale doesn't end when you walk out the gate with a piece of lumber or a door. It ends when you're satisfied with it installed in your home.
We treat all of our employees like their family. And as far as the customers, we treat them, we always say, how would you want to be treated? And that passes through all of our employees and our sales guys.
Whether it be a phone conversation or a handshake across the counter, people need to know that you're important to our business. You are our business.
We've got a great group of guys that have been, a lot of them have been with us for a lot of years, 40 plus. It's really enjoyable to go to work with people you enjoy working with.
We've got employees that really, really put their heart and soul in their job. And we appreciate that. And we appreciate those people who have purchased wood from us, and they tell us how beautiful it is and how much they love it, and that's what we're about.
It was one of my first memories is coming up here. Like I said, meeting the guys, getting to know the guys, and just having that hope and dream of one day being able to graduate and come up here and work. And when you get people that truly love what they're doing and truly take pride in what they're doing, the quality is just blown out of the water.
One of the things about this place is that our employee retention is very high, so the people that work here usually work here for their whole lives. It's just a big family, I would say.
I have coworkers that they're not coworkers, they're best friends.
We're unique in the marketplace in that a lot of manufacturing and the woodworking industry, they specialize in one product line, be it flooring, kitchen cabinets, doors. With us being a retailer selling whole house projects, we do a little bit of everything.
Today, sustainability is very important, and we have no waste at Baird Brothers. Some of our competitors, they have waste. We don't. We use everything. We use our sawdust. It goes into a boiler, and we heat with that. We generate our own electricity. We're not dependent on the electrical companies at all. We have made investments in those areas that were very big investments, but they have obviously paid off.
Being a family operation is like being married. And those of us who've been married, we know what that's like. You got to give some, take some. We had our disagreements. And believe me, when we would get in an area where we had disagreements, it would get hot and heated, but it was never carried on. The next day, it was over with. And some people, they can't do that. And I guess that's one of the fortunate things we had in our family.
My aunt and my uncles and my dad, they all respected one another, and us kids, we have been able to follow in their footsteps, and they were, as my mom said, great mentors to all of us kids.
Well, multi-generational, the three brothers, they started that basically on a shoestring down here behind Grandma's house, and their sister Helen worked along with them in the business, and I'm going to tell you, they had to be strong people. There is no human being that would go through what those guys went through. And then us as second generation, we have that work ethic as well. It was just born into us.
From working on a farm together, because this used to be just a small family farm. There was a camaraderie between the three of us. And from when we were kids, we always put everything together. I can think back in the days when you had there's certain accomplishments you made. To be able to sit here and put the finger on each one, it's pretty difficult, but from the days that maybe you put a skidder in the woods, or you bought a new truck, or you bought a new piece of equipment, your sawmill or whatever, you'd see you see the things coming together better for you.
They were such strong men. My dad was just so vibrant. He knew where the business needed to go and how it needed to grow, and they all did that together as a team.
The future, we want to continue to build as a national brand, and we feel through e-commerce and our web that we're going to be able to do that. Our values that we have will not change. It doesn't matter whether we're taking a product to our next door neighbor or whether we're shipping it to California. It's what we believe in, producing a quality product.
I want to get bigger, obviously, and do more sales, but at the same time, I don't want to lose any of the values that we have currently as a company.
I want to keep coming out with new products, keep coming up with different styles of products to meet different customer needs, different customer budgets, things like that.
Us serving 120 mile radius has now turned, ocean to ocean, California to the Atlantic, and top to bottom, Canada down to the Florida, down into the Keys and beyond.
I think our future of Baird Brothers, I think we continue to expand our custom markets and cater to the customer, whether it's a contractor, whether it's a homeowner, an individual. I think also that we have to train our third generation.
I think the first generation did exactly what they wanted to do. I think they did a great job at what they did. They left it to the second generation, and the second generation has also done a great job. And I think all the kids in the third generation have big dreams of keeping this business going.
They have so many ideas, and they are very excited to come in and really get started in the business. And it's nice to see them being part of it and growing.
It's been a fun ride to see the development of the company over the years. Second generation becoming involved, all active in positions now, and now graduating into that third generation.
I think if you haven't shopped at Baird Brothers, you need to at least stop at our website, give us a call. We have 10, 12 guys answering the phone all day long. They'll spend 5 minutes with you, they'll spend 3 hours with you. And we're very, very personal, and we're very, very concerned about our clients. And we go, I think we go up and above. Just because we sell you one door, we don't care whether we sold you 200 doors or 2 doors, you're going to get the same service.
Business has changed. We're not that little sawmill anymore. Now we are reaching out, as I mentioned, to all 50 states and Canada via our website. And our approach has changed over the years, but one thing has not. We still produce the highest quality hardwood products equal to anybody in the nation.
We still have a quality product, and there's still a demand out there that people demand a quality product. And that's what we can, along with our service, and that's what we pride ourselves on.
It's just a very rewarding thing to be part of this. And I feel so blessed, and I think all of us as a family are blessed to be as fortunate as we have been and have the people around us who have supported us, not only family, but employees and everyone. So it's been a good thing.